Hello everyone and welcome to this week's behind the scenes devlog video, and Happy New Year first of all. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to 2019. I just got back to Sweden yesterday after spending Christmas with my family in the UK, which was lovely, and then last week I was in Germany for a bit because it was time for me to have another checkup at the hospital, another scan, and I'm very happy to report that that was all fine, so that was very relieving. And now I'm back in Sweden and very much looking forward to getting back to work on Equilinox and hopefully making some improvements and adding new features into the game. Just before I get started today, I just wanted to quickly show you some of the updates that I made over the holidays. So firstly, there's now a notification log, so if you ever miss a notification in the game, you can read it again here. Also in the plants and the animals checklist, there are now these arrow buttons which you can click on, and that will take you to one of the plants in the world, so you can find them if you're not sure where you placed them. Then in the shops you can now click on any locked item and it will tell you how to unlock it, so you can see it shows you which tasks you need to complete if there are some, and which species you need to evolve. And finally, you might have noticed that there's now a search button in the shops, which is a feature that I'm halfway through implementing, and that's what I'm going to be working on this morning. So it's 1 o'clock now, and all morning today I've just been polishing up the search bar and finishing it off, and it is now working as it should be, as you would expect a search bar to work, which definitely makes searching for species a lot easier. And as I said, this morning I was just doing all the final little tweaks that I had to do. I'll show you the list of things on Trello so that you can get an idea of all the things that I had to work through. But this afternoon I'm going to be moving on to my main task for this week, which is adding some more fish into the game, because the underwater biomes are still looking a little bit empty, so I want to add maybe 4 or 5 new species of fish into the game. Just finished making the models for the first 2 new species of fish that I'm going to be adding into the game, and I also made the models for the younger versions, as you can see. And the orange fish is going to be a salmon, I think, and then the other one's an angelfish, and I'm going to get started with adding these into the game now. Coming up to 6 o'clock, and those 2 new fish are now in the game, so you can see some salmon swimming around happily here, and then on the other side of the lake, in the tropical area, there are some new angelfish, and of course I've done all of the settings for these fish, all the environmental preferences and evolution requirements and stuff like that. And I also just changed a few of the settings for the pike fish, which is already in the game. I changed its colour first of all to make it look a little bit more realistic, like a pike should look, and I've also changed its evolution tree slightly. It now is evolved from the salmon, and I've just been making sure that that won't cause any problems for people who have already unlocked the pike but obviously won't have unlocked the salmon because it's a new fish. So just been testing that, and that all seems fine. But now I'm going to stop and make some dinner because I've got a few friends coming around in a bit. Good morning everyone, it is 9 o'clock on quite a nice sunny Wednesday morning, and today my plan is just to work on more fish. I still need a few more tropical fish, so I'm going to make 2 or 3 new species today. And yeah, first up today I'm just going to get started with some more model making. So I've just been having quite a nice relaxing morning, making a few new models for the fish. I always find low poly model making very relaxing and enjoyable. And as you can see, I've made 3 new species of fish here, but this one is probably not going to make it into the game. This is meant to be a tetra fish, and the reason I made it is because I want to have one fish in the game which can have very bright neon colours. So I made the tetra, but then I realised that only one of these 2 colours, either the blue or the red, would be able to be customizable in the game, and I thought it would make more sense to have a fish where you could change basically its whole colour. So I then made this neon fish here, and obviously this pink colour you'll be able to customise in the game and turn it into whatever neon colour you want. So I'm going to be adding these fish into the game this afternoon, but first, it's quite a nice day today, so I thought I'd go outside for a bit and go for a bike ride up along the coast. All afternoon today I've just been adding these new species of fish into the game and doing all of their settings, trying to balance them, and just generally making sure that they fit nicely into the game. And I'm really happy with them. They look nice and they make the water look a lot more lively, and the evolution tree for the fish, as you can see, is a lot more interesting now as well. And when I was adding these new fish into the game, I tried to make their evolution requirements, the requirements for unlocking them, a bit more interesting. So for example, for the angelfish you need to have a mixture of 2 biomes to unlock it, which I think is the first species in the game that needs something like that. And then for this purple and goldfish, that evolves from the salmon, and to unlock it you need to have both a purple salmon and a gold salmon near to each other. So I just tried to put a bit more thought into the breeding requirements this time. But yeah, the fish are pretty much finished now and I'm very happy with them. They really liven up the underwater biomes quite a bit. Thursday morning now, and today's the last chance to squeeze in any final updates or features into the game before I upload this new patch to Steam tomorrow morning. And first up today I've just added a new task for the fish, which is simply to evolve all the types of fish in the game and have lots of them in your world. Just been doing a few random tasks and bug fixes this morning, and also working a bit more on balancing the fish and the underwater ecosystems. And as you can see, I also very quickly tried making a model for a jellyfish, because I've been playing around with the idea of having jellyfish floating around in the water and stinging other nearby fish and animals. And I probably won't implement it this week, there's not really enough time to do it today, but I guess I'll add it into the game in the coming weeks. Not a whole load to show you this afternoon, it's been a bit quiet. I've just been fixing a few little bugs and also made one tweak to the evolution system, which is that when you get the notification that you've evolved a new species and you click on it to go and find the new species, you can see that the information panel for that species appears on the top right here, so that you can check its habitat preferences before you pick it up. So I'm pretty much finished for the day now, but again this evening I've got friends coming over for dinner, so I'm going to get cooking. It is Friday morning, and this morning I'm going to be uploading this new update to Steam, and I'm going to try and do this every Friday morning, so I'll try and do an update every week. And I want to do it in the morning so that if something goes wrong, which hopefully it won't, but if it does, I'll have all day to react to it. And also there aren't too many people playing the game in the morning, so if something disastrous happened, it wouldn't affect too many people. But hopefully nothing bad's going to happen, and to make sure that it doesn't, I'm just going to go back through all of the updates that I've added in this patch and test them all very thoroughly so that I can be sure that when I upload it, it's all going to be fine. So I've been testing all morning and I only came across one new bug, which was to do with the unlocking panel. If you mouse over a unlocked base species and then click on it to go to the species info panel, you can see that the pop-up, the mouse over info, is still being shown, and there's actually no way to get rid of that. So I'm just going to fix that, and then I should be ready to upload the update. So the update is now live on Steam, so if you've got Equilinox you can of course try it out, and I am now going to get started with editing this video. So that's pretty much going to be it for this week. Before I finish, I just need to give a big shout out to the top Patreon supporters from last month, who were Rene Dam, Comaranix, Claudia Dimitru, D-Link, Josh Gill, Harold Pena, Animo, Charlie Quigley, Beard or Die, George Angelopoulos, Danny D, Petter Casperson, Andrew Witt, Red, Bill Brownell, Caffeine Coda, Marek Mikolajczyk, Timothy Gibbons, Zacharias Adamson, The Fifth Blue Sky, Michiel de Smet, Wolfgang, Dylan Thompson, Miguel Diaz-Rivas, Alberto Spina, Sean McCrory, Michael Merck, Benjamin Fuller and Alexander Chavez. So a massive thank you to you guys, and of course to everyone else supporting me over on Patreon. For this week though, that is it. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next time.